Hey guys, my name is Gabby, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be filming my May TBR as well as doing a book of the month unboxing. Woo! So I'm very excited to include another book of the month unboxing in one of my TBR videos because book of the month is one of my favorite book services, so I'm really excited to tell you all about them. And a huge thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video. It really means so much to me. I genuinely love Book of the Month so freaking much, and the more people that I can push Book of the Month on, the better. So Book of the Month is a subscription box that helps people discover the best new releases and early releases and debut adult fiction books. So how it works is they offer 5 new books to choose from every month, and members get to choose one of the 5 selections every month, as well as they can add on 2 books as add-ons, either from that month's 5 picks or from their trending books section, and they even have like a young adult section. It's really nice too because you can skip any month that you don't want any of the 5 selections with no penalty. But I guarantee you're gonna want at least one of the selections they have every month because they always have the best selections. And some of my favorite books of all time have been Book of the Month selections. And so I'm always really excited to see which books they're gonna pick every month because they typically publish a lot of my favorite genres like thrillers, mysteries, romances even, literary fictions. They do a lot of historical fiction. And so there's something for everyone. I'm sure there is a Book of the Month selection that you will find interesting. Book of the Month is typically $14.99 a month, but if you use the code May5 during the month of May, you can get your first book for only $9.99, which is so cheap when you think about it because hardcover new release books are typically valued at like $26 to $28, and so for only $9.99 you can get a new hardcover delivered to your front step. You don't even need to leave the house. It's great. So you can head to the description and check out the link and go and get your first Book of the Month order today. But let me tell you about the 5 Book of the Month selections for the month of May because they are very exciting. So the first one is going to be A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCrate, and this is one of their thriller mystery selections for the month, which I'm very excited about. This one sounds so interesting. So it follows this girl named Lizzie who's working at a law firm, and she's struggling in her marriage when she gets a phone call from an old friend named Zach who needs her help because his wife, Amanda, was found dead at the bottom of a staircase, and he's the primary suspect. And so she has to go and dig into his past and find out things, and she's like struggling to find out whether they had a good marriage or whether her own marriage is a good marriage. And oh my gosh, it sounds amazing and like everything I need, and I'm definitely going to be reading this one in May. And then next up we have The Book of Longings, and this one, it says it's an extraordinary story set in the 1st century about a woman who finds her voice and her destiny. And it's about this young woman named Anna who has an encounter with Jesus when he's 18 years old. It says The Book of Longings is an inspiring, unforgettable account of one woman's bold struggle to realize the passion and potential inside her while living in a time, place, and culture devised to silence her. This one sounds pretty intense. Next up we have The Boyfriend Project, which I'm really excited about this because this one is a romance novel. So this one is about this woman who has been cheated on recently, and so her and her friends make a pact to not date for 6 months, and she finally finds the time to create this app that she's always been wanting to make, and then that's when she meets this guy who is her love interest in this book, and it just sounds so cute, and I really want to read this in May. I just love the fact that Book of the Month is finally having more romance selections. It makes my heart so happy. And next up we have The Knockout Queen by Rufi Thorpe, and this one is a young adult contemporary novel that has LGBT themes. And this one says it's a dazzling and darkly comic novel of love, violence, and friendship in the California suburbs. It follows this girl named Bunny, who is this young teenage girl, and she has this boyfriend Michael, and this girl Bunny is 6'3" and she towers over her classmates, and she has dreams of competing in the Olympics. But then her boyfriend Michael realizes that he might not be so straight, so he starts talking to guys online, and he falls in love for the first time. This is a fascinating examination of our struggles to exist in our bodies and an excruciatingly beautiful story of 2 humans aching for connection. Oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but this sounds so freaking good to me, and I definitely want to read this one in May as well. This one's really short too, so I feel like I would just fly through this book. And then the last selection for the month of May is Happy and You Know It by Laura Hankin, and this is one that I'm also really excited to read. This one says, a dark, witty page-turner about a struggling young musician who takes a job singing for a playgroup of privileged babies and their effortlessly cool moms, only to find herself pulled into their glamorous lives and dangerous secrets. That premise alone sounds like everything I need in a book. Like, I love reading books about like suburban cool moms and their kids and like somebody who gets kind of sucked into their world. Like, that is my favorite thing to read about. So I'm very, very excited to read this one. Those are all the 5 book of the month selections for the month of May. I'm telling you, they're all so freaking good this month. And so please head to the link in my description if you're interested in book of the month and get your first book for only $9.99. Jumping into my TBR for the month, I am not joking when I said I want to read 4 of these selections this month. I think my top priorities for sure is going to be A Good Marriage and Happy and You Know It, because these books sound like they're right up my alley and like everything I'm gonna freaking need in a book. But also, I would really like to get to The Knockout Queen and The Boyfriend Project, because I know I'm gonna be in the mood for some romance at some point during the month, so that is when I shall pick this one up. And then this one just sounds so good, and it's so short, I could probably fly through this in like a day, so I hope to read all 4 of those. And then next up, my Stephen King reading vlog for this month is going to be Salem's Lot, because I've been trying to do a Stephen King reading vlog once a month for this entire year, and so this month we're gonna go with Salem's Lot, because this is Stephen King's, I want to say his 2nd published novel ever. This came out in the 70s, and it's about this guy who returns to Jerusalem's Lot, and I think there's vampires. I don't really know too much about it, but this book is pretty long too. This one's like 650 pages or so it's gonna be an experience. I feel like this one has so much love among the Stephen King fans, so I'm really excited to finally get to this. Another book that I'm hoping to get to this month is Tweet Cute, and this one is one that I want to read because I just got the audiobook downloaded from the library, so this is one that I'm really looking forward to reading. This one's like a young adult contemporary romance kind of novel, which usually isn't my thing. Like, I'll admit I don't usually read a lot of young adult, but this one just sounds really cute. It's been getting some really good reviews, and a little writer Emily has like convinced me to read this book. So thanks, Emily. I'll probably be reading this because of you. Also this month, one of my new favorite authors, John Mars, is coming out with this new book called What Lies Between Us. This one's coming out on May 15th, and I'm very, very, very excited to read it. This one is an adult thriller, and I literally don't know anything about it, but I'm just gonna jump into it not knowing anything. And this author, John Mars, is such a kind human being, because he reached out to me on Instagram and asked me if I wanted an arc of this book, and I was like, what? Yes! Because The Passengers and The One were 2 of my favorite books from last year, so I'm getting an arc of this in the mail at some point, and I'm so freaking excited about it. And so I'll definitely be reading this book in May at some point, and I'm so excited about it. Oh my god. I would also really like to read You and Me and Us, or at least some of the Booksparks selections that they have, because I'm an ambassador again for Booksparks this summer. They have so many amazing selections that I want to read, and they were so kind enough to offer all the audiobooks as well through Libro FM. I just want to read all of them, and like all the audiobooks look so amazing, and there's something so appealing to me about audiobooks, because then I'm like, I can read it and listen to it at the same time and drive to work and still hear it and read it, and it's just great. Like, I love audiobooks so much. And Libro is really great, by the way. I can link them down below as well. Like, Libro is so freaking awesome. And so I would really like to get to this one maybe, because this one really interests me, but I might be reading any of the Booksparks selections that get sent to me just because they always sound so good. I would also really like to get to Una Out of Order this month, because this is a book that's been on my radar for quite some time, and I've just really been wanting to get to it, and I've had a lot of friends read it that have really, really loved it. I don't even know, it's like a time travel kind of book, I guess, or like an alternate reality kind of book where it's like her life story, but it's told out of order. I don't really know too much about this, but I'm really excited about it, and I would really like to read this one this month. I would also really like to get to Landon and Shay by Brittany C. Cherry, because this is one of Brittany C. Cherry's newer books that I've just been putting off for a really long time, and this one's technically, I think, the sequel to Eleanor and Gray, or it's kind of like in the same universe, but I'm really, really excited. It's supposed to be like Hate to Love, so that makes me even more excited about it. So that is a romance novel that I'm really hoping to get to this month. And another romance I've been hearing some really great things about lately is You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hoggle. That is another book that I am very interested in reading, and so I might just impulsively pick this up in May as well and just read it. I don't know. I would also like to read Breaking Character by Lee Winter. This is a book that I mentioned in a few TBR videos ago, but I would really like to read it this month because this one is a female-female romance, and one of them is like an A-list actress, and then her love interest is her co-star, and I just kind of like need to read this. Like, I'm so excited about it. So yeah, those are all the reading plans that I have for the month of May. I don't think I'm going to be doing any kind of like secret TBR videos or anything like that unless like the inspiration just like hits or something. But I think I want May to be kind of a more chill reading month for me because I don't really know what May is going to be like for me because I'm probably going to be going back to work here very soon. And I'm not going to have as much free time on my hands as I did in the month of April. So with April, I feel like I was able to like bust out so many of those like secret TBR videos and different reading challenges and things. But May, I just want May to be more of like a relaxing breather month for me in between things because in June, Romanceathon is going to be happening with Jacqueline again, so you can look out for an announcement for that very soon, which I'm really excited about because I love Romanceathon. And I know this whole summer I'm going to be like participating in readathons and trying to do a bunch of different things, so I just want May to be my like month to just read whatever I want to read, and like when the mood hits, that's what I read. So I'm really excited to get to all of these books. If you've read any of these books, what are your thoughts on them? Which books are you planning on reading in the month of May? Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!